Hello everyone, I wanted to record this quick video to show you how to use the QR code scanner. There's many variations from if you're using an iPhone to an Android, and whether you're using the camera app or an actual QR code scanner app, okay? So I'm gonna show you how you can access it, how you can go back and forth to the song list, and even how you can save this as a bookmark so that you don't necessarily have to constantly scan the app, scan the QR code each and every song. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to show you if you have Google Apps downloaded onto your phone, what your screens are going to look like. Okay, so you would open up your camera app, and here I have this app ready to go, or the QR code scan here, and you notice that it starts framing it. Okay, so there's like white corners. As soon as it recognizes it, you might have to kind of get closer or further away depending on your camera. It will identify it with yellow corners. So now it's identified it and automatically dropped a hyperlink there at the top of my screen. When I click on it, it says open in Docs. I have Google Docs downloaded on my phone, and that's why it showed it to me in this way. So here's the song list for the weekend. Okay, so if I wanted to click on 10 a.m. July 5th, I'm just going to simply touch it and a link will appear. It might be at the top of your screen or at the bottom, but when you click on it, again, this is the Google Docs view, it will take you to what it looks like. Okay, so let's say I want to access Send Us Your Spirit. When I touch the link, another link appears. I'll open that one, and now I can maximize or minimize those words. Okay, now there are two places on how to get back. Okay, you can either do it from this screen or the next screen. So I'm going to show you. If you do it from this screen, you're just going to press back docs at the very top left. You saw that back arrow with the docs. I'll do that again. So Send Us Your Spirit. At the very top left, you see this docs. If I press that, it will take me back to the list immediately. Okay, let's say that instead of that, I pressed the X. Okay, so if I press this X, it's going to take me to my default Google Drive. So those of you who have Google Drive as installed, this is what your screen will look like. But I can still get back to the list by pressing at the top left where it says that back arrow docs. It will take me to that Google Drive or that Google Doc that has all the songs. Now, let's say that you don't have Google Apps downloaded onto your phone. What will your screen look like? So what I'm going to do in order to do that is I'm going to press those three dots again at the very top, and I'm going to put share, and I'm going to copy the link. And the reason why I copy the link is just so I could quickly show you what does that look like as far as pasting it and going to it. This is the view. Those of you who do not have Google Apps downloaded onto your phone, this is your view of what it's going to look like. It's going to default to your browser. And then here it might show, do you want to open in Google Apps, the way you see at the very top. And it might direct you to perhaps even download the app. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. You can still access the songs from here. However, it's a little bit different of how you're going to be able to go back to the list, if you will. Okay, so if I press this arrow, that arrow at the very top right underneath my battery power, this will just refresh the list. But nonetheless, my link is in the URL address, if you will. So if I clicked on that and I kind of clicked on it again to copy it, what I can do is I can set this as an actual bookmark. So here at the very, very bottom, where it looks like a small book, not the bottom right, but the one to the left of it, if I click on that, then it's going to open up different bookmarks that you already have preset. So let's say that I want to save this bookmark, okay? So what I can do is over here, whenever I'm on the actual screen, I'm going to do that arrow that's in that square at the very, very bottom. It's basically sharing it. I'm going to click on that there in the center, and then it's going to pop up of where do I want to save this link. So I can copy it. I can add it to my favorites. I can add it as a bookmark. I can even email or text it. I can send it all over the place, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually bookmark this right here. So add bookmark, and it's going to create an automatic title, okay? And when I press save, it's going to save it to my bookmarks. That means here at the bottom right, where that book icon is at, it's now going to be in my bookmarks to where I can access this, okay? So notice there at the very bottom, it wasn't there before, but it is there now, the asterisk with the choir songs for 10 a.m. Sunday, okay? You can put it there if you want to edit and save it to a different folder, wherever you want. At least you've now bookmarked it to where you can always access from that bookmark, okay? And the reason why I wanted to show you to bookmark it first is because let's click on Send Us Your Spirit. Now, the way we had that back arrow docs to get us back to the song list, if I press back arrow Safari, it won't take me to the song list. Okay, so I'm going to have to scan the QR code again, scan the QR code again. But if I go to the book icon and I click on that bookmark that I created, that can get me to that song list each and every time. Okay, so I can go to Holy Spirit. I'll try to press back on Safari. There's nothing there. But if I go to that bookmark icon, I can find the list yet again. Okay, so you might be thinking, well, what if instead of pressing back arrow Safari, if I press the X? Well, this again, it will default to something else. It won't default back to that list. It might default just to a clear screen, if you will, of your Safari that looked like this. The same, or it might go to something else, maybe your Google or perhaps the last window that you had open on Safari. That's why I want to make sure that those of you who don't have Google Apps, that you know how to save it as an actual bookmark. Okay, so the last thing that I'll show you is if none of this is working as far as scanning it with your camera, either by saving it as a bookmark or by just pressing back arrow on the docs, the way I've shown you so far, chances are you might have to download a QR code scan app, okay? So you're simply just gonna go to the App Store, you're gonna look up QR code, and right here, QR code reader, this is a free app. So when I download this QR code for iPhone, all it is your camera may not have that feature, okay? That's a newer camera, not so distant, not so far away. I wanna say the last 3 years, maybe the last 3 years, maybe to 5 years, the cameras have been installed with this automatic feature, okay? If your camera's a little bit older or your phone's a little bit older, you might have to go ahead and download a QR code scan. So here, this QR code reader, this will take me, let me go ahead and press next. I'll just skip all this. And now it will ask you access to your camera. You're gonna say yes. Okay, and now you see that there's a frame already there for you. So when I hold it over what I'm trying to scan, immediately it recognizes it and it takes me to it. Okay, so again, it's asking, do you want to get this app? It's going to prompt you if you don't have this on your phone. Okay, and if you do, actually, I do have it on my phone and it still prompted me. I'm just going to say no thanks because I know that I don't necessarily need the app. But again, the same things would apply here. If I wanted to save this as a bookmark, I would press that square with the arrow at the very bottom in the middle. And then I would go to save this as, like, copy the link, and I can save it as a bookmark as well. So this one's just a little bit different because my bookmarks or my Safari isn't automatically open. So I could copy the link, or I could have even saved it as a reading list, okay? But the reading list is a little bit weird. It's a little bit different. I would prefer just to copy it, okay? Because if I copy the link, I can then go to my browser, I can paste my link, and then it will take me to the actual, the song list, which is right here. Then from this screen, that arrow with that square with the arrow in it, I can go ahead and add this to my bookmarks, okay? So I'm going to add this as example 2. Okay, so example 2, now I'm going to go ahead and save it. So now in my Safari app, let me go ahead and close all windows. I can press that bookmarks icon, and you see right there, I've saved it as example 2 right here, okay? So if I open that, it will take me again to it. So there's many different ways. With the camera app, with or without Google Docs already installed in your iPhone, with a camera app with no Google Docs or Google Apps installed on your iPhone. And then last but not least, and this is for Android as well, because Google is with Android. Um, if you don't have a newer phone and you have to actually download a QR code, I've just now shown you how you can do that. So this will always enable you guys to where you don't have to constantly scan the QR code each and every song throughout the mass, or even each and every week. You could just go to that bookmark that you have, go to where you have it saved, how you have it saved, and we will, as choir directors on our end, be updating these song lists week to week to week to week, and you'll have the newest and latest version of it. You don't have to download a new Google Doc or a new QR code scan. It's always going to be the same thing. We will edit it on our end, and you'll have access to the edited version or the updated version. So that's it. I hope this helped. If you have any questions, reach out to me and just let me know. All right. Thanks.